Good morning. Can you guys hear me out there? I just had to do a little reconnect. Good morning. Just a quick check. Are you guys hearing me? Good morning. Are you guys hearing me here? Okay, Catzilla, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, as soon as it came on, it gave me a reconnect signal thing. So, a reconnect we just did. Glad everybody's hearing us. Give me 5 people that can hear Pops. 5 people. That's a phenomenal name for this YouTube feed. 5 people. Do I know 5 people? Did you have a previous name? Do I know who 5 people is? Is. It's temporary. Huh. Okay. But are you somebody we know? Or are you new and smart and you keep hearing me say 5 people all the time? Good morning, everybody. Skirt McDirt Yurt. What? Okay. So 5 people is HB? Oh, okay. Okay, that's cute, HB. That's cute. I get it. That's good. Give me 5 people. Excuse me, we're still working with this cold over here, you guys. Jesus Christ, okay. King Metro. It's HB causing a ruckus. HB, you never cause ruckus. You're a good guy. Let's see. 19 people, 13 likes. Good morning, Vegas. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. There's Carnivorous. There he is. Carney, you know that pack I was sending to Oregon for your friend? It's going out today. I was short on capsule bodies and I had to order some more. They came in yesterday, so I'll make them and get that mailed out today. Okay? So, Waz is working and lurking. That's cute. Okay. Give me 5 people that are having a great day. Yeah, Carney, I'm sorry it took a little longer, but I actually went to make them and I didn't have enough capsule bodies. So, I order them in 1,000 at a time, and I get them where they're separated. I don't want to spend the time taking a capsule apart and then putting them, 2 different piles. So I buy them already separated. I think it costs like $1 more or something to get us already separated pile. I'll pay it. Right, Hapes? It's worth it. Good morning, everybody. We've got some beautiful people here this morning. Justin, that sounds good. We've done the same thing over here. See, Carney gets it. We're buying separated. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Niffy and Cleany and Aaron and Bill and Summer and Sarah, Derek and King, Justin, Linda Lee. I haven't heard from, we haven't seen Linda Lee here in a little while. You guys, good morning to Linda Lee. If you guys remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Linda. Linda is sight challenged. Linda is extremely sight challenged. So she more or less listens. So if you guys wanted to say good morning to Linda, I will read your comments to Linda out loud. Nerdy says good morning to Linda. Hags says good morning. Okay. Good morning. Clean Grow says good morning. Derek Anderson says good morning. These are all for you, Linda. Summer says good morning. Sarah Bear. Brandon Gregory. Carnivorous. Kimberly. These are all people saying hello to Linda. How sweet of you guys. Thank you. Good job. Bubblegum Kello saying good morning to you. Calico Kid saying good morning. There's a lovely lady. Herbie saying good morning. Nippy saying good morning. Wazzy saying good morning. Linda, you're getting more good mornings than I do. Just so you know. King is saying good morning. And Billy D is saying good morning. Laura Devine is saying good morning. Just about everybody. You got them all. Classic is saying good morning. We're giving Linda the howdy do. Clean Grow. Excuse me. Yep, we're giving her the old howdy doody this morning. Good morning. 39 people, 26 likes. Think we could do better than that? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. And 5 people counts as 5 people. Just like 100 people count for 100. It's mycomath. We call it mycomath. Okay. Nerd, isn't that? It is hilarious. Leave it to HB. Give me 5 people. Well, where did that start? It started like on day 1, program 1. March 5th. Will be 5 years. Doing pretty good here. You guys are great. There were 105 people in the room, but only 2 humans. Hey, it's mycomath, okay? Excuse me. We're working on that cold still, guys. Okay, let's do this business. Let's get this business started over here. Yeah, working on a cold. It's got to be a cold. I don't think it's a fever, a flu, because, correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't I get a fever if I had a flu? Doesn't fever and flu go together? Correct me if I'm wrong. Fever, flu, fever. What do they say? Starve a cold, feed a fever? Something like that. Help me. Help me out with these. It's not pollen knots. It's you feed a cold and you starve the fever? What? No. I think it's no. It's definitely more of a cold because it's in my chest. Derek, I have it backwards. Starve a cold, feed a fever. Feed a cold, starve a fever. Is that what it is? Feed a cold, starve a fever. Okay. All right, then that's what it is. Feed a cold, that means I should be eating more. If I had a flu, okay, that makes sense, Herb. If I had a flu, would I have a fever too, probably? Would I have something close to a fever? What's going on behind me? Is that a fly? I have one fly terrorist in the house today. Emery's, thank you. Thank you very much. That's kind of you. Fever goes more with the flu. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've been fighting this thing since middle of last week. And Lily Cornish, good morning. Good morning. Mom's chicken soup. Maybe I should make a batch of chicken soup. I have chicken in the refrigerator. Who wants a fish story from this weekend? Give me 5 people. Give me paranoid. I have been off my actually no. I've been off my protocol since the middle of last week. I had been making my recent protocol had been 5 days on, 5 days off. And I just do a 200 microgram early in the morning. And that makes it good for the whole day. And then, like I said, I do a 5 and 5. Captain Obvious, I need, I owe you an apology. I put together this weekend that you're Cheryl P. That you are Cheryl P. And last week I told you, no, that's not you, it's someone else. Cheryl P, it was you that won. So I apologize to you. Miss Captain Obvious, send me your address, please. And this is because she did her homework, and we did a drawing for people that did their homework, and we find out that Cheryl P is Captain Obvious. Another inside story, 5 people is HB. Just so we're clear here. Okay? Fish story. You guys ready? You guys ready for the fish story? Give me 5 people that are ready for the fish, this week's fish story. Aliases for days, Captain. Captain saying fish. Derek's going fishy. Calico and Queenie and Cat Meowzilla. Oh, Kim. Try being the seller. Try being, well, you are. You and the MVP do. By the way, Michael, MVP. Grown men aren't supposed to send thank you cards. We're not. We're not supposed to. Whose mom taught them to send thank you cards when you received something? That you actually make a thank you card and you send it. Whose mom taught you that? Mine. We were old-fashioned. Back then it was new-fashioned though. We actually send thank you cards. Okay? But not in the bro code. Okay? Whose mom taught them thank you cards? But then don't we make our wives do it? Or we assume, agreement number 3, or we assume that they're going to do it for us? Don't we? Okay. Nerdy. It's out of fashion in today's world. Give me 1 second. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, we sent Michael, MVP, a prize that he had won here. To my surprise, last week I get in the mail the thank you card. Cute. Isn't that curious, George? Isn't that curious, George? Handwritten. Touched my heart, Mike. That touched my heart to get this card. It's clearly written by MVP. It is clearly authored by MVP. I would have thought, oh, maybe Kim put her little mittens on this. But it was all them. He writes, good evening, Pop. I just received, oh, that's what it was, a birthday package. I just received a birthday package from you. Thank you, I am doing well. Kim is doing well. The school year has started, so, Kim, it's so cute. The school, make sure, because he doesn't get to watch us all the time, make sure you let him know. The school year has started and she is very busy. I am taking classes and working. I'm truly happy, Pops. Kim, you guys are doing good. For anyone having a hard time now, life can get better. The microdoses have made a huge difference in my life. I will have to get to see you soon. Miss you, MVP. And then, MVP, it's so cute. I'd love to know he's taking classes too. I'm taking a class right now. I'm taking a class at Ohio State University online. And why am I talking about myself? Let's talk about Mike. He finishes up with P.S. You are invited to our Rocky Mountain Mush Fest next summer. I'm going to do my very, very best to get there next summer. Try not to have any other plans in my way. I'm going to do my best and arrange my growing schedule so we should be able to get there. I need to get to Colorado. I haven't been to Colorado in about 10 years, I'd say. Okay? So I really would like to get there and hang out with you guys. I'd especially love to see Nerdy's tie-dye family. But that was very sweet, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Snaps on Petro. Take down my email address. Take down my email address and send your questions to me. And I'll answer you via email. Okay? We also have somebody here from India. Mizoram, India. Good morning. Boykapui. I don't know that I'm spelling it correctly. Look under, go back to Snaps on Petro, and Herbie Von Kanerdy has written my email address right there. So send me the your questions and concerns at that email, and I'll do Boykapui. I got that right? Thank you. Thank you. Snaps on Petro, send me your message. We'll see what we can do to help, or to at least get an answer to you. Fishing story. You guys ready? Let me tell you the whole story. We got the gear out Friday evening. Got all the gear out Friday evening. Got it all set up. As soon as Ruff saw the fishing pole, he started going crazy. Good morning, Ms. Red Badger. He started going wiggly, woggly crazy, thinking we were leaving Friday evening. And I had to explain to him, no. We leave tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. He pouted. Do any of you have animals that pout? I mean, noticeably, you can tell they're pouting. Mine. Okay? Mine. For sure. He noticeably pouts. If you're really connected to him, Bill, yes. Eggs, yes. As our dogs pout when they don't get their way a little bit. I mean, they're good dogs. But every once in a while, they give you an attitude. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Zoe will, Captain Obvious, a dog will be mad at you when you come home from a vacation. You're right. I'm like, you're right. They're mad. They're wiggly for just like a second because they see you, but then they gotta remind you. Kim's cats pout. I knew Ruffy wasn't the only one. When he was doing that Friday night, I'm like, you're a little brat, okay? You're like a little brat. Just because we're not going fishing right now, you want to give me attitude. Next time I gotta hide the pole so you don't even see. We're just gonna throw you in the car. So, we set the alarm for 5 a.m. Okay? Joe teases. Joe teases dog. When she gets upset, she steals a magnet off the refrigerator and chews it up out of spite. No, that isn't just pouting. I mean, that's actually rebelling. Oh, gosh darn it. That's actually funny. Our dogs are so wonderful in our lives, okay? Oh, Kim, just take him in the backyard and do some plug casting, right? We set the alarm for 5 a.m. We wake up at 2:30, okay? Good morning, Brandon. Ms. Red Badger, mine's pretty spoiled too. But I tell him he deserves it, okay? I tell him you deserve it. I hate the word deserve, but I use it with Ruff. Anyways, I wake up at 2:30, and I'm going to tell you, I was feeling like, ugh, okay, coughing. My nose was raining, sneezing. Then a headache starts in. Now I'm trying to go back to sleep because I got till I can hang in here till 5, and then I have to get up. Finally, at about 4:45, I call the captain. I tell Cap, I don't feel good, man. This cold or whatever I have is kicking my A, and I'm not going to be able to make it. He writes back, oh, I hope you feel better. And then a couple of texts later, he goes, but boy, I'm disappointed. He wasn't disappointed because I wasn't coming. He was disappointed because Ruff wasn't going to be on the boat. Yeah, that's my friend and captain. He's like, we're going to miss Ruff. Meanwhile, Ruff is sitting next to the pole since 2:30. Okay? It's not a swing by. I have to go past Jeff's house. He lives about 25 miles away from me, and the fishing spot's on the other side of him. So I can't, it doesn't really work. Meanwhile, Ruff's been sitting there waiting by the fishing pole since 2:30. Now, after I've made my text, I could legit go back to sleep if I can. So I pull my covers up and I'm gonna go back to sleep. And this is no lie. Ruff comes over and he reaches out a paw and he starts hitting my shoulder. Like, dude, the alarm went off. The pole's right over there. What are you doing? Okay. I tried to show him my texts, but he didn't want to read them. Never. I tried to look, read the text that I sent the captain. Okay. He's like, no, man, I ain't having this. Okay, get up. We're going fishing. How does he know? He's only gone one time. He's only been once. And he's got it all dialed in. Captain Obvious, he was stuck in the second agreement. He totally took it personal. He totally took it personal. I gotta teach Ruff the 4 agreements, okay? Ruff, don't take it personal. Oh, yeah, I messed up. Well, I didn't. I mean, I'm still have the cold. It's not as bad as it was that morning. But you guys could probably hear it in my voice and in my coughing and stuff, and I apologize. He had expectations too, Summer. He was blowing it on the second and third agreement. He was still in the dream of the world. Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, you guys are all got him. Okay, so no fishing. We didn't go. Now, when we had arranged for us to go, which was like Thursday or something, he writes to me and he goes, Pops, do you want to go on Saturday? Let's try to redeem ourselves. Because we had only caught the 2 fish the week before. He goes, let's go, we're going to try to redeem ourselves. And then at the bottom of his message to me, he goes, and Ruff is welcome. And I'm like, he's so nice. So, did they redeem themselves on Saturday? Because I wrote to him at about noon. I said, so how was the fishing? With a teary face. So, did they redeem themselves? What do you think? Hot tea, Miss Red Badger? Okay. Brandon Gregory wants to know, is there anybody in the team here from the Tampa Clearwater area? Did Rex got on the boat? Rex was there. Did they redeem themselves? That's the question of the week. The answer is I didn't miss a thing. I stayed home warm in bed. They caught 3 fish. They redeemed themselves by 1 extra. Is that silly? Boy, the fishing's really slowed down, I guess. They only got 3. It was Kevin, Rex, and Jeff. Okay. So I made it. I made a good call staying home. The only thing is, Ruff really would have liked the adventure. They get back to the dock, and it's been such terrible fishing that Jeff decides, you know what, let me just cast out here for a few casts from the dock before we put the boat completely away and drive away for the day. Here is mini redemption. Really nice bass. Super nice bass. Right off of the dock. Okay? Very nice. He had Rex hold it up on the scale. It scaled out at just a tick under 3 pounds. Right from the dock. So they got in. It had been a bummer out there, but they got in, and in no time, of course, you could expect the captain to catch one. Almost 3 pounds, 2.9 something. Pretty nice. So the fishing story is kind of a mixed bag for this weekend. And Pops missed out on it all. Okay? Cute though, right? Let me see. These are pictures that he should treasure for the rest of his life. I would. Look how pretty the background is. Look how pretty a day it was. Psst. I have not showed any of these pictures to Ruff. No. I haven't. Give me 5 people that think it's not a very good idea to show these pictures to Ruff. Just whisper it. Whisper. If you think it's a good idea or a bad idea. Should I? Who thinks it's a good idea that I shouldn't? Don't let Ruff see. He'll be pissed for the rest of the day at me. Be pissed. Okay? He's not gonna put up with it. Period. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna You guys are so cute. You all play along, huh? I'll be out front to pick Ruffy up in 26 hours. Excuse me. You guys are great. I love telling you guys stories. I love telling you guys stories. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You know, I used to think the whole breathing thing was kind of a crock. I honestly did. Let's get out of here with that Middle Eastern monk breathing business. The more I'm exploring what I'm exploring and learning, you know, my new pathways, our breath is so incredibly powerful. I mean, it makes sense, you know, but how we breathe and the different exercises that we can use in breathing, you can come like really close to having mystical experiences if you can learn to breathe in certain ways. And I'm starting to look into that. I'm really excited about what I'm going to learn. And it goes along with a couple of the courses that I'm taking, that they are teaching this, and it's a modality that in many instances will really help people, especially I'm seeing with people that are experiencing anxiety or having an anxiety attack. We can work with that situation very well with breath control and stressors in our environment. We can control some of those stressors better if we can learn to breathe better. Michael Patterson's saying it right there. He's one of the practitioners. The breath is food. That's neat. It's a really good way to put it. The breath is food. It's certainly spiritual food. Silly us thinking we had to clear our whole weekend for a heroic dose. Apparently all you need is 20 minutes of a hyperventilation and a decent Spotify playlist to experience oceanic boundlessness. That's not a luxury cruise package, but it's actually a scientific term for the blissed out, one with the universe feeling that people get from psychedelics. Oceanic boundlessness. And we've got the science to prove it. British researchers just published the first neuroimaging study to map what happens to your brain during high ventilation breath work. High ventilation breath work, otherwise known as HVP. Okay, Ruffy, knock it off. Hey, Hey, knock it off. Go, go. Good boy. There's workers in the yard. The gas company is putting in new gas lines, right? So it's like early this morning. It's like 8 o'clock this morning. Sounded like the police at my door. Loudest knock you can imagine. And I'm like, who's knocking on my door like a cop at 8 o'clock in the morning? What's going on? So I peek out. I don't even want to answer the door yet because it sounded like a pretty crazy knock. So I peek out the blind, and it's a utility worker standing at my door. Well, okay. He goes, I just want to let you know that we need to get into your backyard to do some of this replacement of gas lines. But we noticed that there's a sign on your gate that says, beware of dog. Meanwhile, Ruff comes to the door. Sitting there at the, like, perfect. I've got the door open, I'm talking to the guy. And here comes the dog, walks up and he sits down staring up at the guy. And the guy goes, so, is that the mean monster right there? I go, yeah, you gotta beware of him. He can lick you to death, okay? There's not a mean bone in his body. But anyways, I have to keep him inside. And now he can smell him or hear him outside. And he keeps snuffing at the door. Like, you're not getting out. Go away. Okay? Anyways, you guys can tell I'm in love with Ruff. And we have the science to prove it. British researchers just published the first neuroimaging study to map what happens in your brain during high ventilation breath work. They recruited 42 experienced practitioners of techniques like holotropic breath work. They strapped them to MRI machines and had them go to town while listening to music. Here's what the study found. Number 1, high on their own supply. Participants were always told, don't do that. Don't get high on your own supply. That's what got me started. Got high on my own. I was doing good, just dealing, but all of a sudden, let me dip in there a little bit. And it was a skyrocket to addiction. Don't get high on your own supply, unless it's breath work. Participants reported bliss, unity, and emotional breakthroughs similar to psilocybin experiences. Blood flow changes. Cerebral blood flow. Remember now, you're on an MRI machine. So they're neuroimaging this. As you're doing this heavy breath work for 20 minutes and listening to music. Okay? Cerebral blood flow dropped 41.6% overall, but it increased in the emotion processing regions like the amygdala and the hippocampus. 41%, all the blood in your brain was going to those processing centers versus the rest of your brain. Out-of-body experiences. Decreased blood flow in brain areas responsible for body awareness correlated with deeper mystical experiences. Healthy heart. Reduced heart rate variability indicated sympathetic nervous system activation. But it produced no adverse effects. We should get a breathing class from Michael Patterson here. Breathing is powerful. This much we gathered from centuries of breathwork traditions seen around the world. But now we know what's going on upstairs when you huff and puff your way to expanded consciousness. the more the brain's self-awareness centers got disturbed, specifically the posterior insula, the more profound the experience of unity became. Also, increased blood flow to emotional memory centers suggests breathwork might help us process traumatic experiences. Unlike psychedelics you ingest, where you buy the ticket to ride, breathing offers way more control. That might explain why it's often used for preparation, integration, and even extension of medicine experiences. Luckily, as far as we know so far, nobody is trying to make air illegal or Schedule 1. Breathwork. Let's do another real quick. So far, it's coming, right, Queenie? Remember Brian Hubbard? The smooth-talking former Kentucky opioid czar who got exiled for pushing a $42 million ibogaine research proposal? Well, his legacy lives on. Last week, Kentucky Senator Donald Douglas told lawmakers he plans to file legislation in 2026 to fund ibogaine studies, essentially reviving Hubbard's plan. So Kentucky might get ibogaine research after all. The timing couldn't be a coincidence. Hubbard is now running the non-profit American for Ibogaine Association. He didn't even attend the hearing because he was busy pitching the same idea to Mississippi legislators. See, after Kentucky's Attorney General Russell Coleman axed his original plan in 2023, Hubbard took his show on the road. Since then, Texas has committed $50 million to ibogaine research with Hubbard's help. And Arizona is moving forward with similar efforts. Now Douglas is arguing Kentucky needs to catch up and suggesting several states form a consortium to pool resources. But Douglas admits he hasn't reached out to any universities conducting trials. I love the enthusiasm, but is this the kid in high school who freeloaded on the group project? Let's give, and that's the second guy, the Kentucky senator that's trying to bring it back. But let's give Brian Hubbard a round of applause. He's out there doing a heck of a lot of work to get these states on board with ibogaine and legalizing ibogaine for therapeutic modalities. So I'm loving the guy. Good stuff. You know what I used the other day? I used Derek Anderson's statement. I used what Derek Anderson had said. You guys remember what Derek Anderson said? He says a lot, so this isn't going to be political. I love the Second Amendment. I'm an American patriot. But it should be easier for Americans to get, and cheaper, for Americans to get mental health care than assault rifles. I love that one. I'm carrying that one around right now. You know, it's always better to ask questions than to make an assumption. Kim, you agree with that? We're agreeing with Derek Anderson's statement. It should be. That's where we should completely socialize our medicine. It's in mental health care. I don't even know that they shouldn't even be asking us for any money. We should find a way to fund it. It's always better to ask questions than to make an assumption, because assumptions set us up for suffering. I put assumptions and expectations pretty much in the same category. Kim, it is, and they're pulling the funding more and more. The big matote in the human mind, fog, in the human mind creates a lot of chaos, which causes us to misinterpret everything and misunderstand everything. If you're following along in the book, I'm on page 65. Oh, Herbie, that couldn't be more true. I was watching a program this weekend. What was it called? Ruby and Jody. Is that it? Ruby and Jody. And this lady Jody is the therapist in the story. And at one point early in her career, she got the correct degree, and then she spent the correct time to get certified as a therapist. In California, it takes a lot. In California, we had to give 3,000 hours, unbillable hours, like intern hours, 3,000 hours. And then all kinds of peer review and then board and stuff like that. But you literally had to volunteer your first 3,000 hours. Some of it working alongside other therapists, but 3,000 hours is close to a year of working in the field of therapy. And my situation was, I was marriage counseling. And one of the most important things is the ethics involved in therapy. The doctor-client privilege applies. If you're a therapist, you have the same obligation ethically as a doctor or a lawyer to not divulge any of the information about your client or your patient unless you've received permission from them in writing, which not many people that are going through therapy want to do that. Completely understandable. This particular story, you should watch it. It was pretty fascinating. This lady, therapist, it started becoming pretty clear what her agenda was. She actually brought it to her therapy sessions, an agenda of her own, and very anti-man, and in a big way anti-marriage. Now, mind you, this is a lady that's giving marriage counseling, marriage therapy, mostly to the Mormon community, but the religion has nothing to do with it. From the perspective of what I'm talking about. But she doesn't divulge to her patients that she's divorced and has been sued for 100% custody by her husband, ex-husband, and she hasn't seen or dealt with her children in years and years and years. Yes, Frankie, Herbie. Ruby Frankie, and then the therapist, Jody, something alt, I forget. Why I'm saying all of this is, I'm just responding to what Herbie wrote. There's a lot of quack therapists out there, just like there's quack myco dealers and quack everything. There's a lot of quackies. And this lady, she ended up turning her practice into how to destroy marriages. She would get in there and create separation in marriages. And then when you hear some of the stuff that she's saying from the stage, it's just like balderdash. Just, and the thing is, you're working with people that are hurting. You're working with people that are in pain. You're working with people that are making an assumption that you know what the heck you're talking about and you can help them. $175 sessions for 50 minutes on the computer with her. We do it for free. What happened there is a lot of people didn't ask questions. They didn't ask the questions. They didn't ask the basic questions. If you're a marriage counselor, can I see your marriage? If you're going to tell me how to raise my kids, can I see yours? Just give me evidence of that your system works. I was a marriage therapist that was full of crap too. I didn't tell the people in the sessions that I have a sexless relationship with my wife for the last 10 years, but I can tell you guys how to fix your marriage bed. No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I didn't have that experience. But I had good words. I was a pretty good bullshitter. Complete hypocrite. People made an assumption just based off of the things I said and how I looked. Oh, well, we gotta listen to this guy. I was the last guy in the world they should have been listening to. We make assumptions. And we make them all the time, off of everything, all of the input that's coming in. Well, he must be this because he looks like that. Do you ever do that? Oh, he must be this because he looks like that. It happens so fast in our brains we don't even realize it. We make assumptions about everything. It's not because we're bad. It was how we were programmed. We heard other people. We heard our teachers, our pastors, our parents, our brothers and sisters. We heard them all making assumptions. So it's natural for us to make them. Yeah, 5 people. There's that guy. There's the tough-looking dude, and he's got the biggest heart of everybody, but no, you gotta stay away from the biker guy. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the guy that looks like the accountant's scarier. I have to ask a lot of questions. I have to have clear communication. I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible to know through clear communication. You have to ask more questions in this world than we do. We just drive around assuming. We sit in our homes assuming things about our partners, about our employers, about our children. We only see what we want to see and hear what we want to hear. We don't perceive things in the way they really are. You know that saying, there's my truth, there's your truth, and then there's the real truth in between. It only makes sense. How can you see something from someone else's point of view? You can't. You can only know your perception. But that's like why we want to change our perception sometimes. We want to modify our perceptions. We want to make fewer assumptions every day. It gets our brain straighter and cleaner. Good morning, Michael Brown. Haven't seen Michael in a minute. Nice to see you. We need to get our brains cleaner by having none eventually. We start weeding them out. These assumptions and these expectations. We have the habit of dreaming with no basis in reality. We literally dream things up in our imagination. Has anybody ever done that? And then once it starts in my imagination, it doesn't stop growing. It gets bigger and crazier. And it's ready to create more pain and more drama. Just my imagination. No basis in reality. I'm telling you, if you look at yourself sometimes during the day, you're right there doing it. And you don't even realize it until you start focusing on not doing it. Clean up the brain. Clean out some of those crazy voices. Because we don't understand something, we make assumptions about their meaning. And when the truth comes out, the bubble of our dream pops, and we find out it wasn't what we thought at all. Been there. An example. You're walking in the mall and you see a person you like. The person turns to you and smiles and then walks away. You can make a lot of assumptions just because of this one experience. With these assumptions, you can create a whole fantasy. And you really want to believe this fantasy and you want to make it real. The whole dream begins to form from your assumptions. And you can believe, oh, this person really likes me. In your mind, a whole relationship begins with that. Maybe you even get married in fantasy land. But the fantasy is in your mind. It's in your personal drama. You know where a lot of assumptions are made? In bars. See the way she looked at me? Hey. Making assumptions in our relationship is really asking for problems. Do you ever assume that your partner knows what you think? Do you ever assume it? Well, he knows what I think. I don't have to say it. She knows. Of course she knows. Do you ever do that? Of course she always knows, Queenie. Always! That's pure poison to your relationship. It's pure poison. Number one, it underscores a complete lack of communication. Number two, there's a whole lot of selfishness in it. Often we make the assumption that our partners know what we think, and then we don't have to say what we want. We assume they are going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we assume they should do, we get hurt and say, you should have known. I got should have known 5 times a week in my marriage. Well, you should have known. You should have known. I got should have known at least 5 times a week. I'm not joking. And probably 3 I should have. But the other 2 are like, you should have known. You should have told me. You should have done a better job of communicating with me. Already the communication's bad. Do you know why? You want to know why? Because we're using the word should at each other. Don't should each other. Instead of you should have known, maybe it would have been better if you knew. Watch the shoulds in your language. There should be very, very few times that we're really legitimately using the word should. Another example is you decide to get married. And you make assumptions that your partner sees marriage the same way that you do. Then you live together and you find out this is not true. This creates a lot of conflict. But you still don't try to clarify your feelings about marriage. The husband comes home from work and the wife is mad. And the husband doesn't know why. Maybe it's because the wife made an assumption. Without telling him what she wants, she makes an assumption that he knows her so well that he should know what she wants. As if he can read her mind. She gets so upset because he fails to meet her expectation. Making assumptions in relationships leads to a lot of fights, a lot of difficulties, a lot of misunderstandings with people we supposedly love. Have a good day, MVP. Thank you for your card. In any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we want, and we don't have to say what we want. They're going to do what we want because they know us. If they don't do what we want, we assume that they should, and we get hurt. And we think, how could you do that? You should know. Again, we make the assumption that the person knows what we want. The whole drama is caused because we make the assumption and then we put more assumptions on top of it. It's very interesting how the human mind works. We have to justify everything, to explain and understand everything in order to feel safe. We have millions of questions that need answers because there's so many things that the reasoning mind cannot explain. So it's not important if the answer is correct, as long as the answer makes us feel safe. That is why we make assumptions. I'm going to read to you guys out of a book I'm reading tomorrow. I'll put the passages together. It's called The State of Fear. It's pretty fascinating. The philosophy of the state of fear. Basically, the philosophy is this: that we're controlled by fear. And then in society, in our cultures, once we've considered one fear done and we're safe from that, we've already started a whole nother thing that we can fear. And fear controls the populations. Fear controls the populations. So if the state can create fear, it's creating control. I'm going to read that to you guys tomorrow a little bit. It's a fascinating part of a little essay situation. And it's not political as much as it's geological. I mean, geographically logical. And it happens, my zodiac is I'm an Aquarius. And it happens in every culture. Our sociologists and anthropologists can now go back and look through history and start seeing that almost every state that controlled its people, they used fear to do it. They didn't use love. We don't know yet if the human condition can even be controlled by love. I'm going to say you can't. Love can't be controlled. It can only be given. Give me 5 people that are looking forward to that. I'm going to read you about something called the state of fear tomorrow. And once again, just seeing the way the author outlined it, laid it out, I'm like, this is it. It makes so much sense. This is it right here. This is exactly what we do. And the biggest thing that controls is control of the media. The media. And there's so much, we've been taught to be afraid of so much. And yet all of the statistics are showing it's not as bad as they say it is. But because we're so afraid, we don't let the kids outside anymore. They don't get to play in the woods. They don't get to play at the park without a helicopter parent. There's no sense of self with the kids now. They're not growing up knowing I could do that. I did that on my own. I can do this. Watch what I can do. Look, Ma, no hands. We helicopter them so much, we don't even let them drive without training wheels. Till they're way past that stage. Back in our childhoods, parents didn't know what we were doing all the time. I could be a block over. My parents had no clue what we were up to. Not that we were doing anything bad, but we were being kids. Climbing trees, throwing rocks, building forts, riding bikes. And the only thing they worried about, come in when the street lights are on. Today, you can't even go outside, so you sit in front of your computer screen or your cell phone instead. We live in constant state of fear. And it's controlling everybody. We gotta let the kids have a little more liberty. Gotta trust them a little more. And no, there's not a serial killer behind every bush. There's fewer now than there were before. The media doesn't present that because it doesn't sell. Blood sells. If it bleeds, it reads. So that's what you get reported. And that's all that keeps coming in. Anyways, we'll pick that up a little bit tomorrow. We're warping our society because of fear. I want to be afraid of less. Give me 5 people. I'm going to get out of here. Give me 5 people that would like to be afraid of less. Like to see a media that talks about goodness every day. Like to see a media program that's just broadcasting kindness instead of fear. Teach our kids early to love themselves. This isn't off topic, it's completely on topic. We assume fear. We don't even have to experience it. But we can assume it and we're already there. I suggest we experience love and stop assuming. Have a great day. I'll talk to all of my friends here. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Sincerely. I'll be here tomorrow. Same much time, same much channel. And we're going to just do a little brief thing on the state of fear. Calico Kitty and Kimberly. Captain Obvious and Green Killer. Mark Zamaron, Derek Anderson, Sarah Bear, 5 people. Justin LaFlower, Ms. Redburger, Red Badger, Nippy, and Trenty the Trenty Trenterson, Captain Obvious, Billy D. Clean Grow, good man. Derek Anderson, Nippy, me too. Brandon, it was sure nice to see you this morning. Michael, I agree with you. It is an antidote for all that poison out there. Captain Obvious and Marky Z. I'm sure Dawn is around. Herbie. Boy, excuse me. Clean Growing Jeremy Carpenter. Frosty Ride Share Adventure. Hags and Marky Z. Captain Obvious. Ditto. Love you. Ms. Red Badger. The Master Beef. Don Fike. Why do I worry? Because I made an assumption. Herbie, Derek Anderson, Carnivorous, Billy D, Bubblegum Kello Boop, Clean Grow, and Jeremy Carpenter is painting the world. Kimberly rocking it out. Nippy Hags, Snap, my good buddy. Trent, excuse me, Mr. Phillips, Mernon, Sarah Bear, what a cute little stuffed animal. Ms. Red Badger, Marky Z, Laura, have a divine day, Bill D. Jesus Christ in Australia. Vague, nice to see you. Brandon Gregory, I'm glad to see you. Jesus and Calico Meow Kitty. Herbie. Michael Patterson wants you to make your day shine. Sarah Bear, Glassic, Ms. Red Badger, Catzilla, Derek and Joe D's and Marky. Thank you from Dawn, Bill D, Catzilla, Wazzy the Lurky Wazerton. 5 people. Better than 4. Shy, Brandon, thank you. Frosty, Derek Anderson, Jeremy, and Clean Grow. Notorious, I see you skating in at the very end here. Pops, peace, love, fear less. See you tomorrow.